press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello students, welcome back to your social science class, and today we are going to wind up the lesson culture that is there from sociology, alright. So today what we are going to study is importance and significance of cultural rituals and diversity. Why culture is important, why cultural rituals are important, why our diversity is important, as in to say why we need different kinds of people. Why do we need different kinds of language? Why do we need different kinds of traditions, different kinds of clothing? Why do we need diversity? That is, diverse in its own way. Why should we have a lot of difference to, why should we say that only one thing is particular, or only one religion is prominent, or only one tradition is prominent? Only one language can be spoken which is prominent. Now most of the speakers in India feel Hindi to be the national language, but Hindi is not a national language. Hindi is one of the official languages which is written down, okay, one of the official languages. There are many official languages. So Hindi doesn't mean, Hindi doesn't become our national language. There is no national language in India, whereas in the other countries they have English and their own languages to be their national language. But we here in India don't have a national language, and certain languages are told to be as official languages. That is the languages that the governments use to, the government uses to maybe give notices, okay, maybe send some information out of these official languages that are there. So when we don't have a national language, what does it show us? It shows us that we are diverse. That is, we have many languages. Now what's spoken in North India is different from what's spoken in South India. Even in South India, we have different languages that are being spoken, isn't it? Now, let's take only South India. When we take different states in South India, again there is a language difference. Okay, people speak different languages. When you split the state into districts, again there is a variation of what you speak. Now if you take Karnataka, we speak Kannada, isn't it? Well, the whole state speaks Kannada as a language that is common to all in Karnataka. But if you go to Kerala and if you go to Andhra Pradesh and that parts, will you think your Kannada will work? Your Kannada may not work. But if they come to our place, their language may not work here, because we don't understand their language, they don't understand our language. That's the only difference. But there is unity in difference. Now there can be a common language. People can speak different languages, isn't it? They can speak Hindi, English, Kannada, any other language that you know, or your mother tongue. So when you speak all this, if the other speaker also knows your language, then it is easy. Some take English to be the common language that is spoken. Some take Hindi. Now coming back to our Karnataka, what you speak in your district, the Kannada that you speak in your district may be a little different from what Kannada is spoken in other districts. Okay, if you go to the northern Maidan and the southern Maidan region, there is a difference, okay? The dialects are different. There is a difference of language. The language is the same. The way it is spoken, the words that are used, okay, the meanings the words have are also different. If you go into Dakshin Kannada, Udupi and Uttar Kannada, again Dakshin Kannada is a little different, and people rarely speak Kannada there, yet Kannada is a little different. The Udupi, when you go to Uttar Kannada, that coastal line is a different. When you come to the Malnad region, again the Kannada, variation of Kannada that we have. Now if we have so much of variation in our own state, now what do you think about the other states in the whole India? What do you think? There are different languages. So we are going to understand why this diversity is there and what's the importance of having this kind of diversity. Now within Karnataka, people people like to feel associated with a group, okay. That is, if they speak the Kannada that I speak, then okay, they are ours. But why don't we accept somebody from another district? Now, if you are in the southern or the northern Maidan, and if there is a person coming from the coastal plain, or if there is a person coming from the Malnad region, or vice versa, okay, if there is a Malnad region person coming to you or you going there, whatever it is, why don't we accept them as what they are? Or we have to satisfy ourselves with the common language that we know. You may be knowing Hindi, you may be knowing English, you may be knowing Kannada also, but understand in whatever they have to say. So, this is what is to be done. No important points as such. So, I will just tell you what you have to know, and then we can wind up this, okay. Now see, we have a lot of rituals, isn't it? Even with the festivals or days of importance, national importance, like Independence Day, Republic Day, also we celebrate it with so much of respect, so much of unity that is there. Does that unity only last for August 15th? It should go beyond that, isn't it? Our patriotism for the country should go beyond that also. We should feel as one, and we should be proud of the diversity that we have in our country. We don't have an official language, national language, I'm sorry, we don't have a national language, we don't have a national clothing that is there. It's acceptable. People of different states dress differently. People of different states eat different, eating habits are different. In Karnataka also, come to our state Karnataka, eating habits are different. What you see people eating in the Maidan or the uppermost districts will not be what is eaten in the south. People may prefer different kinds of rice that is there. People may prefer spiciness that is there. Some may like a sweet texture that is there, okay. So, difference in our state itself. So, when you see differences in our state, just imagine what kind of differences will be there all over India. Now, if you get a chance, go to some of the states and then you will understand the difference, alright. Now, we will see a few of the examples as such. Now, if you go to the villages, there are fairs. Fairs as in, whenever there is a festival, there will be a ceremony like that is organized, and people will put their tents, people will sell their goods, okay, people will do their things. In what way? In a way that is entertaining to the people, in a way that is maybe pleasing to their villagers, okay. Now, if there is a festival in any of the religious places, there will be a fair there, okay. And people will come, people will eat, people will enjoy, people will go. Now, that will happen every year, and every year on that particular day, people will know, okay, there is a fair or there is a market in this place. Now, if you go to your places, just see, you have your local markets on a specific day. Though they are functioning on every day, one specific day, maybe Monday or Thursday or Friday, the market is full there. People from all over come there to take, and the rates are also cheap that day. So that is a tradition that is followed. It's going on and it will go on forever. Alright. Now, these fairs that I told you, these are like temporary markets. Now, if there is a feast or a festival anywhere, in any of the places, there are items for you to play. There are items that you can buy, items that you like, okay, things that you can feel that they can be taken as entertainment for somebody else, alright, your fancy items that are there, and then food to eat. So, you can taste variety, ice creams are there, then okay, anything that's street food that is there, alright. So, they are temporary like, they come here and then the next day they go to another place where there is a fair there. Then the next day, so they keep on moving and moving and moving, and that's how they do their business. Alright, now in some places they sell their animals, some places they sell their goods. That is how everything happens, and it's a source of entertainment to people. Now, having a source of entertainment is also a kind of ritual or a kind of tradition to a tradition that has been followed. In a way, having an entertainment is also necessary, isn't it? Why do you watch TV or why do you go to the movies? Why do you go? You go because you need a little bit of entertainment. You go to play because you need a little bit of exercise. Alright? Now, if we had no entertainment, our life would be so boring. Our life would be so sad. Our life would be just routine work. Do your work, eat, sleep, and other work that you have to do, finish off for the day. It would be so boring, isn't it, if we had no music, if we had no art around us, if we had no people who spoke well, if we had nothing of that sort. So, such a boring life we would have led, all of us. If we had no actors who are acting in the movies, if we didn't have daily serials or daily soaps, okay, they are called as daily soaps. So, if we didn't have all this, then there is a lack of entertainment. So, entertainment was necessary. In the olden days, how did they pass on their tradition of entertainment? Was through drama. They gathered around there in the night, displayed an act that was there, okay, displayed a play. They used to enact that play there. Then maybe some folk songs to be sung, folk dances done, okay, with animals, maybe bullfights, okay, cockfights. So all this was a source of entertainment for them. That is how they used to do it. Now, as we are getting a lot more into technology and our world is becoming very small inside our place, what do we feel? We get everything through TV, through our phones, through any medium. We have a theaters nearby, so we can go there, we can see, we can watch and come back. So, movies and having to do with playing a role in the films also has come from doing drama. So, drama or a play. Now, that was a source of entertainment for them then. For us, it is through picturization. We see color. When you see color, it also attracts you. Color is very important in your life, and that is why you have all colorful food items also sometimes. Clothes that you wear are also colorful. If you had only white and black, would it look good? It wouldn't look good. Black and white is a nice color, yes, but you need extra additions to it, and colors are more important. And that's how let people to do many other things. Now they used to have a tradition of dyeing their clothes with different colors. So that's how they took their entertainment to be, okay. Now if you have these jatras, okay, they say fairs, okay, jatras. Now when these fairs are there, people don't think about which religion you belong, which caste, which creed, nothing, okay. Now if there is something happening in one religious place, okay, I don't want to take the name of any religion, but religion A and their institution there, okay, and they have a fair. People belonging to the locality, okay, there's a festival in that religious institution there, and we all will participate. So people don't think of any religion, people don't think of caste and creed that time. But otherwise sometimes we trigger, is it, oh, he belongs to that religion, we should not entertain him or her. Why do we think that? We shouldn't be thinking that. After all, we are all one. We all have to live, we all have to die, we'll all have to go. Leaving everything but taking nothing. Alright? So that's how. And in this way, when all these jatras or when these fairs were arranged, people used to display their skills. Have you gone, if you go to a very big fair, people playing with fire, okay, then there will be another stage where dancers will be dancing. Then after some time, another stage, there will be people singing, your wheelchair there, the games that are there, okay. Then maybe you have entry to the snow world as such. Then you have your food items. On the other side, you have display of fancy items. That's a fair, okay. It may be small or it may be large, at a larger sector. It doesn't matter, but still it is a fair. So this is how culture is being passed on, and culture has come. Now if you learn these classical dances that are there, they have their own forms, they have their own body postures. Why? How do they get? It has been passed on, it has come from the others. Their trainers have trained them in such a way that they will go. Some classical dancers are so graceful, so beautiful that you will enjoy seeing them. Apart from your Bollywood music, apart from other forms of dance, okay? Sometimes their way of maybe silently portraying something, when you look at them dressed so nicely, so beautifully, you feel nice, you feel good. And when they start doing it, their music is not that harsh, okay, not very loud, but very smooth and nice, and it's peaceful to listen, isn't it? So people take there. That is one form of tradition being passed. And nowadays we pass on another tradition, that is of music in other forms. Alright, now see, why I am telling you only certain things is because para 1, 2, 3 talks about the same thing. Apart from any custom, apart from any tradition, apart from anything that you want to do, you don't see any religion. But when you participate, you will have to participate wholeheartedly, and that is because of diversity that we have, and that is because of differences that we have. Alright? Now when we do all this, we discussed when culture is there, there is society. When society is there, there is culture. What's happening over here is we have, every person thinks in his or her own way. Now what I am thinking, maybe you may not be thinking the same thing. That is difference. We have our different opinions that which are very close to us. So when there are individual differences, okay, each person is thinking in different way. That is also why he starts thinking that because of the atmosphere that he has lived in. Now if you have lived from a very young age, if you have lived in a very peaceful and a nice environment where people are caring, loving, okay, good, you will develop those qualities. But if you are in a place where there is harsh killing of people, you will develop those qualities. So you become what your atmosphere is, and in turn culture is also part of the society, so you adapt to the culture that is there. Why do you, now if you are belonging to any religion, okay, why do you celebrate the festivals that are important to your religion in a grand way, and not any festival that the other religion celebrates? Because that's what your culture is, okay? That's how you are trained to do these certain things. Now sometimes we worship, we have certain ceremonies, okay, we decorate the house that is there, okay, we decorate the place where we have kept idols of God. So that's how we have been trained and how we have been told, because our parents have passed it on to us. Okay, so this is the kind of decoration that you should do. These are the ways where you will celebrate your festivals. Okay, these are the dishes that you prepare. Okay, these are the sweets that you prepare that day. So it's a mixture, because you're understanding things. All right. And when you mingle with your friends, maybe you may adapt their ways, you may eat their dishes. So you're sharing and caring, sharing and giving. So that is also a part of culture. Everything becomes a part of culture, alright? Now when it comes like this, when I say about celebrating our festivals in a way, we are also giving importance to the national important days, like Independence Day, Republic Day. Okay, they are all important to us. Why? Because there have been written documents, people have spoken about it, we knew what has happened in the past. We know what has happened. And as it has come through the days, as it has come through the years, we know how people had their difficult times there. Now what is happening to us here and what may happen to our future. So we are thinking, we are rational beings, isn't it? Now there are, when you have Take festivals, usually during Dasara, they do this, okay, they are called as tableaus. Okay, this is pronounced as tableau, okay, tableaus. Now these tableaus that are there, if you have seen, usually Dasara, that time it is done a lot, okay, and Christmas, people, it differs from your region to region, but during Dasara and Christmas is what I have seen. People you see in trucks, okay, in your lorries, people depict that scene. Now if you take a scene of any goddess, okay, or any worship that is there, they enact it, people enact it, okay, and then a lot of lorries or trucks are passing by, and then they show you the culture that is there. So maybe let's take for example a scene of a railway station, okay. So imagine this to be the truck there, all right. Now in this truck here, they will show you, there will be people here standing, okay, there will be a train here, okay. They will act on this platform there, okay, they will act on this platform and then they will pass on, showing their culture. So if you get a time during Dasara or Christmas, please, I don't know about places that I haven't visited, but from the places that I have visited, it is there, okay. If you get a chance, or look it up in the internet, just type these tableaus, you will get it, okay, if you don't get a chance to go to any of these places. So that's how people show their culture. Now it can be during any time, it can be during any festival that you want to celebrate or any ceremony that you want to celebrate. You give certain respect to what that tradition is. You give respect to whoever is doing it. So that's how a tradition is. Now, see, the example that's given in your text is a tableau displaying the rural life of northern Karnataka is displayed along with another tableau displaying the rural Rajasthan. Okay, so tableaus can be anything. I took the example of Dasara and Christmas because that's what I have seen. See, you can depict anything. Now they have given an example of displaying the life of northern Karnataka. Okay, the uppermost part in Karnataka, northern Karnataka. Maybe people may be going around and showing, okay, these are the kind of dishes that are there, or people dress like this in northern Karnataka. So variations of people that are there. Maybe if you go to south Karnataka, there people may be different. Alright, so divisions that are there in our own state. Another important factor that is needed is the tool that we use for communication, that's language. Now if I don't talk to you, if I don't tell you what I have to tell you, I cannot express myself to you. I am using language. I may be using English. You can be using any other language. Okay, language in any way is important. So now my mode of communication is English because that is how it is. That is how you are supposed to learn. English is your medium. So English is to be taught. But if you go home, you may be speaking your mother tongue. If you are with your friends, you may be speaking something else. As and when situations are, we tend to take the mode of communication. Now, we can speak 3 or 4, at the most 5 languages. That's what, with the local atmosphere that we are exposed to. But if you go out to foreign countries, maybe you are exposed to that and then you will learn that also. But as it is happening, we need language anywhere for that matter. You go to foreign countries or you stay here in India, you still need language to communicate. You need people to understand what you are talking. You may communicate through non-verbal ways. Okay, I may be showing you an action. You may understand it. Yet for more clarification, I have to tell you what is needed. But non-verbal is also a way of understanding. Sometimes somebody is very sad. You still understand, isn't it? Through his face. And you ask him, why are you sad? And when he opens his mouth and speaks, he is using language to tell you why he is actually sad. But you understood one thing. What is that? Sadness. But you didn't understand why he is sad. Now, why is always answered through language. Okay? So, that is how we learn. We can switch languages. Now, for example, if I know Hindi, English, Kannada, okay, take these three languages. Now, if there is a person who is coming to me who doesn't know English or who doesn't know Hindi, I am bound to speak in Kannada. Or if there is a person who doesn't know Kannada and he knows Hindi, well, I can speak in Hindi, isn't it? I can speak in Hindi with that person because that person can understand my language. I can understand his language. That is more important. What is more important? I understand your language, you understand my language. So now English has been very common. English, most of the people speak in English and understand English. So I don't think English can be that difficult in a way, but maybe sometimes it is difficult. Okay, English can be difficult sometimes if you are not exposed to that atmosphere. Now, what I want you to know in this is, I don't want you to feel English is difficult. It's yet another language. As you have studied your local languages, you can study this language too. Language has no boundaries. Okay, you can easily pick up any language that is there. I know you may be feeling that in a way where I am speaking only in English and why I can't switch to other languages. Okay, because you have to learn, you have to study, because your local language may be helpful for you within a community but not outside it. So if you are within Karnataka, okay, this is Karnataka, it may help you. But when you are going out when you are going out of the state, just imagine you just step out of the state. So there should be a common language. Either you should know the language of their state, or you both should find a common language which you can communicate. Alright? So you must learn, alright? So don't stick on to your mother tongue always. Mother tongue is needed. But when you learn, when you understand your mother tongue, you also understand the other things. That is what is diversity. We should not stick on to, okay, what I have is great. No, not like that. Okay? Maybe English is not our language from India. The Britishers have left it, yes. But what's wrong in that? Nothing wrong in that. We have to accept the culture that is there. We have to feel united for what is there. Okay? So that is how you will have to learn. Motivate yourself to learn. Don't feel that I don't know, I don't know. No. The more you say don't know, then the more you will not know it. Okay? So stop saying I don't know English, or I don't know Hindi, or I don't know Kannada. Okay? As and when situations are there, you should get adapted to that situation. If you are put in a place where only people speak only Hindi or people speak only Marathi, what will you do? As time comes, you will learn the language. First few days, okay, you may do hand actions, you may say some words of your language, they may understand. But in the course of time, they may also learn your language, you may also learn their language. So we have to get adapted to as and when situations are there. Now this is the right time for you to study any language that is there. I am not only talking about English. You want to study Hindi, or you want to study Kannada, you want to study any language of purpose. Study it, learn it. But mostly study languages that are very common. Okay, apart from the local languages that are there. Now, if I speak the local language of my place, it's not going to happen, it's not going to work anywhere. What I have observed is the local language of my place, the people in my place only will know it. If I go apart from my area, nobody knows that language. So if I had known only one language, it would be very difficult. So you will have to know 3-4 languages so you can adjust. And take most common languages. English people are adapting it, so you must try to learn it. Okay? Now with that, That is how we learn multi-languages, and we have multicultural system, okay. Multi-languages is many languages. You should know many languages. In case even if you don't know, you should not feel that, okay, my language is great. No, you should get adjusted to that situation, because you should forget yourself there when you are there, when you are in that situation, because you want them, you have gone there for a purpose, and that's how you will have to adjust there. So that's how we learn multi languages. Okay, and we have multicultural, we have multi languages and multicultural system. That is, we have many cultures. Okay, we have many cultures and we have many languages. Learn whichever you want. Now, when I say Karnataka, most common is Kannada. That doesn't mean Kannada will help us anywhere else. It may help if people there know Kannada. Okay, English may help if people there know English. But if you go to some country where people don't speak English at all, then it's very difficult. Okay, then it's very difficult. But at least certain languages are used. Now, when we are in our state, we most of the government notices, everything comes in Kannada. And if you don't understand Kannada, it's difficult for you to understand. So when you are in the state, you should know the state language. And when you are outside the state, you should be able to know some other languages so that you can help yourself there. Help yourself, not help others, but help yourself there. Imagine you are stuck in some other state where they don't know any of your languages. What will you do? How will you communicate? Everything on the board is written in their language. You cannot even read what is there. Okay? You cannot even read what is there. You cannot even ask anybody because people don't speak your language at all. Okay? What will you do there? Tell me tell yourself what will you do there? Very difficult. So learn as many languages you can. There is nothing wrong in learning. There is nothing wrong. It's never a loss. Learning is never a loss. You must remember, learning is never a loss. So keep learning with whatever you have to do. All right. So I think that's what this lesson is, culture. We'll have to accept everybody's culture. We'll have diversity. Okay. And culture is important because that shows us who we are. That shows us, now if you are representing India in another foreign country, you will keep your values, you will keep your traditions, isn't it? You will keep everything that is there and that is needed. And your clothing also will suggest, okay, which country you belong to. So, our clothing is sari, and for men it is a type of clothing. But it's again varying from states to states. But when you go outside India, you'll still keep that tradition of yours. Will you dress like a foreigner? You can dress. There's nothing wrong in that. But whatever it is, still as a person, maybe your skin texture will also make them know that you are not from their place. So when you are there, you show your values, you show your traditions, you take something for them. So that's how you value it, and that's why it is important, and diversity in its own way is necessary, because if there is no flavor for your food, or if there is no variety of things, it is too boring. So so that it doesn't be boring, you should have diversity. Alright students, I would like to wind up this lesson, culture. And today, see, you must understand, I didn't want to write anything because there is nothing to write. It can be all orally told, so it's very easy. You can read it for yourself. And you can observe in your environment what kind of traditions do you follow, what kind of rituals do you follow. So observation will help you more. Now, there is nothing difficult in your text, okay. As you read, you will get to know it. Read it 5-6 times if you find English difficult. Read it, keep a dictionary as I kept telling you always, okay. Keep everything and then read it. This is the right time for you. You are at home, you are free, you are having a lot of time with you, okay. So divide your time and do it. Okay students, thank you very much for listening.